Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you are all having a great day to start things off. CoinField, a cryptocurrency exchange platform in Canada, has pegged XRP as its main currency effective immediately and will be offering 20 trading pairs against XRP. They say that XRP is the ideal choice to represent CoinField's traders because it offers 3 highly desirable qualities. They are quick transaction speeds, no third-party reliability, and very small transaction fees as well. The company said, and I quote, "In a very short amount of time, XRP has proven itself to be one of the most reliable and most cost-efficient blockchain networks in the industry." CoinField CEO Bob Ross said, "By adding XRP as our base currency in all trading pairs, our users can move funds in and out of different exchanges or different wallets in a matter of seconds. We are directly benefiting our users with a stable, proven base. We are also introducing an extremely low fee schedule that can turn our platform into preferred trading hub for traders around the world," end quote. CoinField's powerful new platform has gone live with an upgraded matching engine capable of making up to 75,000 trades per second or up to 1.5 million API calls per second. The cryptocurrency platform has expanded its services far beyond Canada's borders and is now reaching 61 countries worldwide. Users in these countries need only complete a quick KYC or AML, that is Know Your Customer or anti-money laundering process. To start trading, this typically is like you add in your name, sometimes your address, or they may want like a photo of an ID just to prove that you are an actual human and you are not signing up to their website 5 or 6 times. It's usually what it comes down to. The complete list of participating countries can be found there, is a little link. CoinField boasts a robust field of 28 trading pairs across 6 fiat currencies. They are the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, the euro, the Great Britain pound sterling, the Japanese yen, and the UAE dirham or the AED. This allows traders the simplest option to fund their accounts from their currency of choice, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. CoinField's Brain Trust plans on adding up to 10 more coins to the company's trading platform before the end of 2018. This, I can't remember the exact number, but this has to be the fourth or fifth exchange that has come out talking about that they are going to have or use or utilize, if you want to say that, XRP as their base currency. The fact that it's available in 61 countries is also very great. I always receive an enormous amount of people asking me in the comment section below. I do apologize that I cannot get back to every single one of you. Asking, I live in this country, I live in this country, I live in this country, I live in this country. How can I buy XRP? Well, the good thing is if you happen to have any of these currencies right here, especially if you are in the United States and you are looking to get XRP, typically if you're in the States, there's usually not a problem at all with you signing up for something that's actually in Canada. So if you've been looking to swap your fiat into cryptocurrencies, I would say use CoinField. I'll put it to you this way. I have not used CoinField. I always say this whenever there's a relatively lesser known exchange than Coinbase and or Binance. If you have used CoinField before, regardless of what country you are in, please let other people know in the description below that you are, or rather your experience with actually using CoinField, how you felt about it, what you thought about it. Was it good? Was it bad? And try to be as honest as possible, simply because we don't have an enormous amount of cryptocurrency trading platforms in the world right now. So if you find something that has actually been very good, you have not lost any money on it, you have tried to withdraw your money and or deposit money and it happened relatively instantaneously. You know, we do have to go through the exchanges, so sometimes it may take anywhere from a minute to 15 minutes. Typically, when I've been dealing with XRP, sending it back and forth somewhere, I think you can even see the other coins that they have right here. They also list Salt and Omise Go, which is kind of cool. Typically with XRP, the transfers are relatively rapid. So yeah, once again, if you've been using CoinField or have been using CoinField, let other people know how it was. And if it's been great, then that is awesome for them. So they will then have a chance to be able to use it themselves. Oh, wait, they actually have it right here. You'll be able to trade multiple coins. They have Bitcoin, obviously, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, Bitcoin Gold, 0x, Golem, Omise Go, Augur, Zilliqa, BAT, and Salt. So if any of those coins interest you, I would maybe have a look at CoinField once. Oh, first of all, side note, this is not paid advertisement. It's more so, you guys know how I feel about XRP. and any other cryptocurrency exchange that is like actually moving forward and listing new coins, I'm 99% of the time completely all for that. But let us move on. Bitcoin Cash is in the news. Not even the last 24 hours, the last couple of days, I guess at this point, Bitcoin Cash has increased by around, it was anywhere from like 12 to 22% or something like that, based on news of its hard fork on the 2nd of November. CCN reported that Bitcoin.com and Binance decided to support the version of Bitcoin Cash set forth by ABC, the original developers of the Bitcoin Cash hardware that forked the Bitcoin software network last year. Upon the announcement of Bitcoin.com and Binance, the price of Bitcoin Cash increased from $425 to $460, then $470. Since then, the price of Bitcoin Cash that's actually completely false. The volume of Bitcoin Cash, which remained below $200 million behind XRP throughout the past 2 weeks, has increased to 471 million, nearly doubling the volume of XRP. Here's a little chart. On the 3rd of November, Coinbase released a statement to its investors disclosing its support for the original roadmap of Bitcoin Cash from bitcoincash.org. Throughout the next 2 weeks, Coinbase, the largest crypto to fiat exchange in the global market, stated that it would take appropriate steps to evaluate the network and support Bitcoin Cash. They said twice a year, the Bitcoin Cash network hard forks as part of scheduled protocol updates. The next Bitcoin Cash hard fork is scheduled for the 15th of November 2018, and Coinbase is prepared to support the published roadmap from bitcoincash.org. However, unlike previous Bitcoin Cash hard forks, there is a competing proposal that is not compatible with this published roadmap, end quote. Historically, major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum have tended to surge in value prior to the release of a hard fork, as investors on the original chain are rewarded with the newly created cryptocurrency based on the 1-to-1 ratio. At the moment, Bitcoin Cash is far above. That's why I said that price number is completely wrong. It was $425 a couple of days ago. It is sitting at $551, at least at the time of me making this video. So what I've gathered from the information, I'm a little fatigued at the word hard fork. So I haven't done an extensive amount of research on the Bitcoin Cash hard fork simply because there have been so many other coins that have been doing hard forks. I'm not certain if this is going to result in a 1-to-1 split. We had news from when we talked about this with Binance, and Binance was supporting the hard fork, that there would be some type of a 1-to-1 split, and that therefore the hard fork would result in new coins being created and Binance would support it. It appears that Coinbase is also going to try and support it, and I feel like this is because Bitcoin Cash in its own right has become a relatively large coin. It's not it's not like Bitcoin Platinum or something like that anymore. It's not like an unknown altcoin. It's constantly in the news, especially Roger Ver and a lot of other people who are part of the Bitcoin Cash team. They are very active in the crypto community. They're constantly at events. So whether you'll get the 1-to-1, you can't really quote me on that. But it's quite interesting to see that there is support for it in general. Let's see exactly what ends up happening. I mean, this has been a coin that has been marred in controversy since day one. I wonder how many other forks that we're going to actually end up having, have before the, let's say even before the end of 2019. There are a lot of projects that we have right now who are already whispering that they don't like the way that the project is going, and therefore they are thinking of forking simply because this is not the vision of the original coin. And a lot of other people who have started their own coins have already left and are thinking of leaving. There was also news a bit of news a day or two ago about Vitalik Buterin leaving the Ethereum project, and he had to announce once again, he's like, I'm not leaving. I feel like people put this news out there just to kind of cause the market to actually move, because things have been, have been going sideways for so long. Vitalik Buterin announced, I am not leaving Ethereum anytime soon. And it's nice to see, regardless of the project, depending on how you feel about it or not, that the price went from $425 and it's at least over 500 something right now. Let's hope that the rest of the market ends up copying this movement relatively soon. Yeah, let's move on. Next up, Ripple is once again in the news. Ripple has announced that it will be setting up an office in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, before the close of 2018. Speaking during this year's Global Islamic Economic Summit that was held in Dubai, Ripple's Global Infrastructure Innovation Head, Dilip Rao, indicated that the focus of the fintech firm would be on cross-border payments. In his speech, Rao pointed out that Ripple was not a stranger to the Middle East, having already partnered with various financial institutions operating in the region. They said, we now have 3 banks in Saudi Arabia, 2 in Kuwait, 1 in Bahrain, 1 in Oman, a couple in the UAE, that is the United Arab Emirates, and it is really out fastest growing. Okay, whatever. Anyway, per statistics, why can't I read? Per statistics from the World Bank, a couple of Middle Eastern countries are some of the largest sources of remittances in the world, owing to this huge foreign workers population, making the region a lucrative market for payment firms. In 2016, Saudi Arabia was estimated to have a foreign working population of more than 10 million people. As previously reported by CCN, one of the banks in Saudi Arabia that has inked a partnership with Ripple is the National Commercial Bank, which boasts of more than 5 million customers spread across the globe. The deal, which was announced in mid-September, will see the Saudi retail join the enterprise blockchain network of the fintech firm called RippleNet, thereby connecting it to financial institutions located in Asia and in North America. Here's the tweet about it. Being a predominantly Muslim region, Ripple's Global Infrastructure Innovation Head was quick to point out that the blockchain products and solutions the company is building comply with Sharia law. He said, being able to know what are the underlying assets to a transaction, being able to identify the participants to a transaction, being able to be clear about the contractual roles and responsibilities, and being able to reduce risks are all aligned with Sharia principles, end quote. First of all, that's a major thing. I guess being where I'm from, I don't really think about it too much. But we had news sometime, I think it was the beginning of, I want to say this year or maybe the very end of last year. There was another cryptocurrency, I think, that was declared Sharia compliant. And I remember the price of it completely shot up like crazy. So make no mistake, this is one of the reasons why Ripple is incredibly popular, because I'm pretty sure from the get-go, they made sure, this is why they have offices all over the world. They've made sure that they play by the rules, that they are compliant, that people know exactly what's going on, that they are transparent, so that there are no questions as to what's happening, where is this going, who's doing this, why, who's receiving so and so and so. Very good news that they have entered that market. There's also a really big rift the last couple of years, as far as between Swift and the Middle East. People in the Middle East apparently do not like Swift. They don't care for the high fees. Apparently, I guess the Swift people maybe just not have been as friendly as they maybe should have been. That's me speculating, but I've heard many things before from the Swift people that they have tried to be bullies in the past, wherein they think, we already control the rest of the world, therefore you have to fall in line with what we have. Not an accident that they have partnered with Ripple. Like I said, Ripple has made sure from the get-go that they have done what they needed to do. It'll be interesting to see exactly what kind of arises from this. When they've already have partnerships with all of these banks within the region, who is already using RippleNet, who is testing it, who is testing XRapid, who is testing this, who is going to be doing what, and what other partnerships. Because these are, for those who don't know, these are like one of the richest areas in the entire world. So one can only assume that they also have additional partnerships with other banks around the world as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this ends up developing. But as of right now, this is like the 6th or 7th country or region that Ripple has opened up another office inside of. Trying to give you guys breadcrumbs. But yeah, let's move on. So the NASDAQ is in the news. NASDAQ says it can lead the fight against market manipulation and fraud that has been plaguing the cryptocurrency market. In fact, a few exchange platforms are already adopting the exchange's operators' market surveillance technology. According to Bloomberg, the U.S. stock exchange behemoth believes it can solve some of crypto's issues, fraud, and market manipulation. In a report published on the 1st of November, NASDAQ noted that it had a wealth of experience in dealing with the intricacies of the assets trading market. A section of NASDAQ reports reads, regulators, brokers, and exchanges have surveillance teams that monitor activity constantly and advance technology to help capture and analyze abusive behaviors, including pump and dump schemes, insider trading, wash trading, as well as spoofing and layering, end quote. I'll try and get back to this in a couple of seconds. Many virtual currency critics are quick to point to the lack of robust regulations in the industry as an incentive for all sorts of illegal trading practices. In the United States, the Justice Department, in conjunction with the CFTC, began investigating allegations of price manipulation in Bitcoin in the trading arena. There's a pretty photo. According to NASDAQ, some significant players in the cryptocurrency trading space are already using its market surveillance technology. In mid-2018, Bitcoinist reported that Gemini, SBI Virtual Currencies, and 3 other platforms were already using NASDAQ's Smarts technology. With more developments in the cryptocurrency trading space, the company appears to be in high demand. Speaking to Bloomberg, the head of exchange and regulatory surveillance at the exchange operator, Tony Seo, said, "We're now getting approached every week or two. We won't work with all these firms since a lot of them are quite early or not reputable yet," end quote. The thing that I find the most interesting about this is that this kind of ties into the stabilization of the market, whether the timing is right, whatever the case might be. I was reading something before, and they were talking about one of the reasons why we could see, or why we are seeing, a bit of a sideways trend in the price of the cryptocurrency market may have to do with something around this, with people using the smarts technology, if you will. Because remember I said before, at least to me, I understand. Okay, I'll put it to you this way. In the cryptocurrency space, rather in crypto in general, in the crypto sphere, I believe that you should be able to do with your money as you can do whatever you want. If you are trading, rather if you are sending Bitcoin or any other coin to your friend around the world and you are sending $45 million, I personally believe you should do as you please. However, if you are using a cryptocurrency exchange and you are on something that has an effect on the price of cryptocurrencies, and therefore you can affect the price of crypto assets for people all around the world, that is where I think, if using a cryptocurrency exchange and day trading and stuff like that is a choice, like you are not really forced into it. If you plan on just using your money as is and sending it from account to account or wallet to wallet, that's one thing. But if you are trying to actively push the price down for your own benefit, this is where I was saying before a couple of months ago. I said I personally don't think it's right if you are on a cryptocurrency exchange and you are trading, let's say $100 million, or let's even say $15-20 million at a given time, or you are able to put in a sell order or a buy order for $20 million. This moves the market. We've seen it happen before. It's not very good for the market, because if multiple people do this at the exact same time, they can affect how the market moves. And if you do it at the correct moment, you can cause prices to drop down by 10 to 15%. And it doesn't just affect that person who's trading. Like if it just affected them and they lost their money, that's wonderful. But it affects everyone around the world. And this is now a multi-million person operation. There are a lot of people who are into cryptocurrency. So I was saying, I think it would be great if many cryptocurrency exchanges had you able to, let's say you were only able to trade around $50,000 per day, potentially even, let's say, $500,000. And if you wanted to do a bit more than that, then that's when you fill out their KYC or their AML stuff. Because like I said, we are not in crypto, we are not obligated to use a cryptocurrency exchange in order to send money back and forth. You use a cryptocurrency exchange because you are trying to make extra money. But there should be a bit of a clamp down as far as you being able to destroy the money that other people have. So I think that there has already been a bit of a clamp down when it comes to that stuff that's been going on, because we heard at the beginning of the year that there were a lot of people who were putting in cryptocurrency trades, whether they be buying or selling, and the account actually didn't even have that much money with them. So they may have had, let's say, $145,000 in Bitcoin, whatever cryptocurrency they were trying to trade, probably Bitcoin. And they put in a sell order for around $5 million. The rest of the market saw that, assumed that this person, because they had more money, knew that something detrimental had happened to Bitcoin, or something had happened to the market, something had happened that they just didn't know about. Everyone else began to sell off, and as a massive sell-off began to happen, Bitcoin's price began to fall by 10 to 15%. That sell order disappeared as the sell-off was happening, and Bitcoin's price as a result went down by 10 to 15%. Problem is that when Bitcoin goes down, the rest of the market also tends to go down. So one can only assume that this is exactly why we have things like the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange creating their own cryptocurrency exchanges, because they're probably, them and Coinbase and Binance and all the other major names, maybe even, what's this one called? Coinfield, As long as they're hyper regulated, we'll probably stop a large amount of this. And this is something that really needed to happen. Whether you believe that or not, simply because there are a lot of people before, and we've spoken about this many times. There are a lot of people who are very heavy-handed when it comes to finance, and they can gobble up as much Bitcoin as they want at any given time. And when they feel fit to be able to sell off 30,000 Bitcoin at one time to be able to push the market down, and they already have another 70,000 Bitcoin, it does no real damage to them, especially when they can buy that all back up as the prices begin to go back down. Let's see if this will actually end up happening. I have a lot of fears already that people are having about NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange getting into the cryptocurrency market, simply because they have been accused before in the past of manipulating many other markets, especially the gold and silver market. But what have you? I mean, at this point, we don't really have a choice of them getting into the market. So let's hope that it is in their best interest to make money and not destroy the market. Guess that's how I'll end that segment. Alrighty, let's move on. Last up, VeChain is in the news, not something you hear very often. VeChain, a blockchain-focused logistics firm, has entered into a strategic collaboration with Invest Cyprus, the national investment partner of Cyprus. The strategic collaboration also involves Cream, a U.S.-based firm specializing in strategic advisory and investments for blockchain projects. The three firms have signed a Memorandum of Understanding, or an MOU, that will focus on establishing a framework in the blockchain field. The Memorandum of Understanding is focused on steering Cyprus to the next digital age through blockchain technology. According to the press release, a joint venture will be formed by Cream and VeChain in Cyprus to help, they said, accomplish several national-level investment strategies involving the advancement of blockchain technology and blockchain-powered economies, end quote. The partnership between VeChain, Cream, and Invest Cyprus will be aiding the Republic of Cyprus as it looks to establish a real use case of the distributed ledger technology and investment, finance, economic, among our aspects of society. Like I said, you don't typically hear about VeChain that much. It is very nice to hear that they're actually in the news. A lot of people were asking me to talk about VeChain many, many moons ago, but I think there was like a bit of a price pump when that was happening, and people were asking me why the price was pumping. I think even back then they had a relatively low trading volume, and therefore this could have been the reason for the pump. But it's very nice to hear that they're actually in the news. It's always nice to hear that there is, I like when crypto projects sign like a memorandum of understanding or quote unquote end up partnering with a country. That's more significant than a lot of people are actually beginning to understand. Crypto partnerships used to be like you can now pay for potato chips with VeChain, and now it's like there are entire countries who are trying to sign up crypto projects in order to use their blockchain technology for finance and investments and all these other things. It is very nice to hear that the crypto space at least is moving forward. Can't really say that much for the cryptocurrency market. On that note, the crypto market is not doing too bad, at least at the time of me making this video. It is very nice to see a sea of green. Typically coming out of the weekend, everything is red, bright red. It usually hurts to look at it. But it's nice to see that the gains that we at least had over the weekend have not fallen. Ethereum was around 195 about a day or two ago. It's sitting at 208 right now. There's been a lot of, depending on where you look, some of the news around Ethereum has been incredibly great, especially since we had news that JP Morgan Chase was talking about that they are huge fans of Ethereum. And there are just a lot of platforms who are building on top of Ethereum. A lot of people keep putting them down simply because of them not being able to scale right now. And then even after, what was it called, VidCon a couple days ago, with Ethereum announcing, with Vitalik Buterin announcing that the technology isn't that far off from them being able to actually scale Ethereum, a little bit of the hype has kind of come back, and I want to speculate on where the price of Ethereum is going to be when they actually have these upgrades, but I won't do it because the numbers are going to sound a bit too crazy, especially with the price of this sitting around $208 right now. A lot of coins are up. I think only a few are down right now. There was also news, if you can see right here, over the weekend that Tether had once again lost its parity to the US dollar. I think it hit around 94 cents. People had once again lost their mind, but I think it was because there was a huge sell-off of Tether to buy into other coins. Let's hope that we can keep a large amount of this momentum. I think only, yeah, Dogecoin, 0x are in the red right now. Okay, as we go a little bit lower, a lot of them. BAT is also still up. It's nice to see that at least there's a bit of a nice sentiment in the cryptocurrency market right now. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, and or evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. Thank you once again for watching and or listening. You may have noticed that I, for those who've made it this far, thank you for listening, that I took yesterday off. It was like more or less exactly what I needed. I don't realize that making sometimes like 3 or 4 videos a day can be a bit detrimental as I just completely focus on cryptocurrencies and not other things that are happening in life. So I don't know if it'll be a normal thing with me taking off Sundays. What's the word? Genuinely, yes, I genuinely do like making videos every single day, and this is why I have been doing it for many moons right now. But there are definitely days where I think I need to just relax, watch movies, and yeah. Thank you all once again, and yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. See you.